Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
You did it.
Shift.
That's very good.
Doing a thing too.
Oh, doing one thing.
They're the thing that mine does, the color thing. Okay.
It is. Okay, well, yeah. Welcome to this week's podcast. This week's podcast is going to be brought to you by Motherhood. And fuck you, Tyler.
This week's podcast is also brought to you by Snoop Dogg and Frog the Dog.
I am your host, Madison.
I'm your other host, Jesse James, and
I'm your guest host, Kurt.
I'm your guest host, Natalie.
very good.
Yes.
So let's see. I can't keep looking at these quotes.
Should we first explain why we're in the same room?
Yeah, this is a special podcast about the bond between a 6 and a 4.
Stop it.
This
Or
is
maybe I guess this requires no explanation. We're in the same room.
Yeah.
indeed.
I'm in Boise, and it's hot.
Yeah.
We're still in Seattle, and it's just humid and gross.
It's real wet.
Yeah, we don't like it.
How hot does your apartment get now?
It's probably around 70, like high 70s right now, which doesn't feel that bad.
It's like 27 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
mid 70s-ish in here. But tomorrow it's supposed to be a little less warm, but it's going to be 80% humidity.
It's always about 5 or 6 degrees hotter than the ambient temperature in this apartment.
What do you got?
That sounds fun.
Right now in Boise, it's 28 degrees Celsius.
Ugh.
outside.
Ugh.
I mean, that's fun.
Around
Are you
30.
all like Celsius heads? I don't think
I do.
My dumbass bought a Celsius thermometer thinking it was a Fahrenheit one.
So now I'm a Celsius head.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're the Celsius heads because I don't read.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
At least you're on the same page with like the rest of the world.
Yeah, 30 degrees is like 90-ish. It's hot. Like
Okay.
once it breaches 30 degrees, you can just go ahead and assume that it's fucking hot outside.
So we have some story to read today, but this is still our conversational leftist mukbang. Natalie is more leftist than most of us, and Kurt's getting there.
Mhm.
Working on it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like an anarcho leftist grump face. Is my
We'll get you there.
political gender expression. What?
What?
I think grump face is a good place to start generally. So
Yeah.
That's where most people start, I think. And at the art museum here, they did have a felt drawing of a mustache merkin. So
yeah.
Yes.
there's hope out there. You can get a full bushy merkin mustache.
Shit. Wait. So is it a merkin in that it is a fake hair mustache, or is the merkin shaped like a mustache?
I think it's a fake mustache.
Okay.
It could be both.
I really
It's
want it
just
to be the other
professionally
one.
done. It can be both.
Yeah. Why don't you? You could just paste it anywhere.
It's gonna frame strangely.
That's true. Well, if it's a handlebar, it's really gonna work. I mean, that's what you want.
So gross.
Just flip it upside down. It's like devil horns.
Oh god.
Yes.
Come on, Madison.
We've already had a lot of reservations about being in the same room. But we did talk about just doing a podcast in which we both stare directly at each other, because that would not be good at all.
I mean,
What?
someone somewhere would enjoy it, but it wouldn't be us. So,
Well, you don't want that. You don't want that audience, or do you?
I mean,
It might be the ASMR audience.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's overlap. Yeah.
Guess what? Eyeballs are eyeballs.
And love is love.
Mm,
Yes.
I can't go along with that.
Whoever's watching.
Ew.
So, what are you eating?
Natalie is, I think, eating the souls of liberals.
Probably.
I'm eating some delicious buttered toast with vegan butter because I'm trying to cut back on dairy. Yeah. There's your ASMR.
How's that warm beer?
It's cool.
Ha!
Because of science.
Yeah.
What kind of beer is it?
It's the only dirty beer for dirty girls.
Yeah, that's the one.
Here's are my very favorite disgusting canned beer tall boys available. So.
Speaking of the disgusting canned beers that are available, I got a Starbucks Star drink.
What does it mean?
It means it's got hard kiwi chunks in it.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I think you need to hold it up to the camera and do like the influencer like makeup swatch thing.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's milky
yeah.
as fuck.
I do that too.
I really couldn't see it at all until you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine.
Mhm.
Very pleasing toast tone. I like it.
Yeah.
Mine is
My-
what did I get? Some honey mint citrus tea.
Okay.
And it's very just like it's kind of vaguely piss colored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
But listen, if your piss is cloudy like that, I don't know.
You're doing it just right.
My piss
you're
is
probably
usually
fine.
more like this anyway.
Yeah.
Jesse-
Huge kiwi chunks.
Are the kiwi chunks just big enough that they plug up straws or won't go through the little opening?
Wouldn't go through
Oh, they go
straw.
through the opening.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Got a wide urethra.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say that. Okay.
Speaking of urethra,
What?
um,
Excuse me?
Minecraft has a kids setting
What?
on everything, and I tried to write the devil's urethra on a very long hole, and it wouldn't let me do it, and I was very sad.
Kurt plays in my shared area, so I assume you were making a devil's urethra where I live.
Yeah, right outside your house, there's a urethra.
Good.
Well, now it's a colon because that's the only word it would let me do. That's not a
Colon.
body swear, I guess.
What's so wrong about urethra? Why would they not?
It's beautiful.
Why would they
Why
not?
would you not like the urethra
Inside of a
in Minecraft?
A lot of things are beautiful in Minecraft.
Yeah.
including your dirty language. It's edited out and more
Yeah.
beautiful in Minecraft.
Like, we all wish Bezos a great return home in Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, I hope he gets to stay in space forever.
Minecraft.
Yeah, in real
Sorry.
life.
Anyway.
I wish people could just be nice to billionaires.
Oh, they have it so fucking hard.
They're just like us.
Are they?
Did I show you that sign?
Oh, no. What's the
Oh.
sign?
Oh, Madison, you're in for a treat.
Oh boy.
A real sign. This is from a real sign.
Good. I'm glad it's real.
Defend.
That's real?
Yeah. Defend billionaires.
What is the
They're just like you, or we're just like you.
who paid for this?
Elon Musk. That's the only person on it.
Yeah, but oh god.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh,
So that's the news.
that's the news. That's all of it. Nothing else has happened.
Well, so I think for the start of this, I'll explain a little bit about Boise now that I'm here.
Oh yeah.
Boise is hot. Boise is dry. I've had like 3.5 nosebleeds since I've been here.
Each better than the last.
Each better than the last. There's a thing in Boise where everybody at night on like Wednesday or Thursday through Sunday pulls their car up on the main street and just parks all the way down the main streets and in all of the unoccupied parking lots. And they just have a car party in which they sit in and around their cars with babies. Last night we walked past a stroller with a bunch of car folk.
A lot of babies.
It's set up as though they were at a parade. So like the car is the non-moving parade that they're sitting next to, but the sidewalk is the entire thing. Like there is nothing happening.
Right. So it's portable block party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a portable block party.
Wherein everyone in town double parks each other, so there's no escape.
A little bit.
Is there escape?
There's also very lackluster drag races between each red light.
Oh, I'd love to see a lackluster drag race.
They're very short, but they're exhilarating.
And they're like literally half the cars that are driving doing it. It's just all. It doesn't matter what the car is. It's gonna do it.
I've seen some like minivans do some really cool racing.
I mean, that's the only way to make a minivan cool is to drag race with it.
That's true. Or like that one they did Capitol Hill.
Oh yeah.
You should show that.
I'll show off my bugs.
So on our we went on a overnight trip to McCall, which is like a smaller lakeside kind of place that's near a handful of different hot springs.
Okay.
And they had a pretty extensive rock store for all of your pretty rock needs.
I have so many pretty rock needs.
And wants.
They also had this and many things like it, but not this.
I like that.
Yeah.
I bought some butterflies.
Scare me butterflies.
Yeah, I'll get it closer so you can see the.
That's so cool.
The beauty.
I've seen the process of taxidermying bugs, and it's very weird.
Yeah, Lepidoptery.
Is it?
I think.
Do they like freeze dry them? What do they do?
What I saw was that they put a tarantula in just a giant container of silica beads, and then just left it for a while, like a month or something, or a few weeks, and it comes out all like fucked up, and then you have to pin it in place and let it sort of settle like that, and then you scoop out its bits and replace it with like cotton. Put cotton in there.
That's a lot of work.
I think with the Lepidopterist stuff, they still use a killing jar. It's just a jar. I think they fill it with nitrogen now, I think. But it's just like you let them die in the jar, so they die laid out and pretty.
I wonder if a butterfly is juicy enough to withstand the silica beads for that long.
I think it's just that the little scales on their wings would fall off, so they wouldn't be pretty anymore.
Anyway, carry on.
That wouldn't be very viable.
Yeah, just a nasty.
Some empty butterfly wings. I would buy that though. There were some varieties of butterflies that just had cool, transparent wings.
Yeah. They also had a couple that were like art just made with butterfly wings all over it.
That was kind of unsettling.
Yeah. It was a real death display.
It was like
that's like insectoid chainsaw massacre art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That actually how you desiccate them in that process is you have an old man in bandages and you put the butterfly up to his lips and he goes.
Yeah, you have to let
Wait,
it.
sorry.
That's so close to my ear in real life.
Grandpa can do it still.
Yeah.
Just give him the hammer. He'll get that butterfly flat.
I love that movie. It's such a train wreck.
It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1970s Texas Chainsaw, everybody.
Anyway.
It's much funnier than it sounds.
It is.
I don't know. That kind of sold me on it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
That's the worst part.
No, I love that part.
But you're known for not liking the worst parts of things, so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, just quality.
I feel like I'm being attacked a little bit.
Oh,
Probably should.
So, have you guys ever been to a hot spring?
yes. I've been to one in Idaho, in fact.
Actually, do you want to explain more specifically the hot spring incident with your parents?
Did your mom watch this?
I probably not. I don't know. It's a medical oddity story, I guess. So hopefully, if he sees this, he's not mad. My dad got swamp rot in his belly button from one of the Idaho hot springs.
Can we say which one it was? Or is that...
Can we put the hot spring on blast?
Well, I don't know. We only ever went to the same one. It's like, it's, I think it's outside of Boise. It's like the hot spring itself is like just the hot spring water being filtered into a pool, like a concrete tiled pool.
Oh, okay.
That's probably... Was it by McCall? Or no, you said...
I think it's outside of Boise, but it's in that weird part, like, because I don't remember exactly how to get there because it's like we're driving from Utah, so it's like it's got to be more south.
Okay, that's probably one of the ones we were looking at going to then.
Okay.
Just don't get swamp rot. That's all.
Well, and to be fair, that was taken care of. That's not an ongoing issue. Yeah.
It was. He happened to go to a doctor who just moved from Louisiana who dealt with swamp rot fairly regularly.
Is that his actual name?
I think it has a different name, but
okay.
But it all worked out. It was fine.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
What you want is to have a thing called swamp rot in a very small hole in your body.
It's fine.
Just have it kick it in there for a while.
It's fine.
I mean, of all the holes in my body, that's probably the one I would choose to get swamp rot in.
Yes. Yeah.
There's not any more optimal hole.
And nobody has to look at your disgraced body also.
Right,
that's true.
Write down optimal holes.
Episode name.
There we go.
Optimal.
So, speaking of optimal holes, I don't think that works.
No.
What's a transition? Oh, so sometimes it's not swamp rot that gets you. Sometimes it's just being peed on.
Uh-oh.
Does that get you?
It got us.
Yeah, it got us.
Sometimes it's I don't know, kind of a white supremacist. I mean, probably definitely a white supremacist. A very drunk one.
First, so going into the hot spring, I think we started at like 6:30 or something.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So heading into the hot spring, it was like a 40 or so minute drive, but the last third of it was through the woods. And it was just mile markers, and there was only one place online I found the mile marker, and that was after we had been looking for it.
It seems like the beginning of Green Room.
Yeah.
It was scary. We were lost for a while.
We were legit lost for a while. We went up a little embankment to...
We found bones.
Yeah, so we found bones. Deer bones, I think.
Emily Deschanel?
Probably.
Probably. Yeah, deer bones. And
oh, dear bones.
so the first parking lot that we stopped in, it was like one of the trails seemed to match sort of what they were saying. And it was like, just walk, 60 feet down this trail.
Yeah.
And we walked probably 40 feet down the trail, and then there was just a femur and a fire pit and nothing else.
Whoa, that tells a story. I mean,
you gotta love environmental storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
It's really evocative.
Mm-hmm.
It was very visceral.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was nice. What else was there? What else did we find? There were an assortment of bones. Like there were vertebrae.
There were bones. Yes. Okay. There were a variety of bones. And it was a little unsettling. Also, looking back through the trees, and there's just the car sitting back there and literally nothing else, and the sun's going down was not like the best feeling.
If you'd been in a horror movie, you would have looked away from the car, looked back, and it would have been gone. Like
I expected it to be
I think
gone.
I said that while we were out. I was like, the car's not going to be there when we come back.
So we got back in the car, went to another spot, and it was another parking lot that kind of matched the description, but it had two pathways out of it. And we went down both and heard water at both, but could not get to water.
All right.
And by that point, we came out of the woods and just were on the street. So we walked down one of those like tree routes on the curb, the little space where cars don't go, and got back to the car and then drove like we were leaving because that's the only place internet was. And then found the mile marker thing and went back in. And at that point, it was getting like lights necessary, like getting close to that time of day. Eventually found it further in than is probably seemingly okay.
Yeah.
I think that you listening to your gut about like, this is kind of fucked, maybe we should go, or like, this can't be it, is probably like healthy. But
yeah, well, we went back in.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we went back and found
well,
it.
upon some research, but
Research.
Yeah, that's what I.
You went and looked at
Oh.
did you look at the directions about the mile marker or something?
That's the thing about these Idaho hot springs is that unless it's a literal concrete man-made pool, people just like don't tell you how to get there really. Like the directions are very not good and vague. So it took a long time to even find anyone saying what mile marker it was.
Okay.
And then driving back, there were a lot of miles where they were just like, we don't need a marker for this. Just keep going.
Yeah, it was like I don't think
it's the one really long supernatural mile.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I don't think we found mile marker 60.
No.
We just found a spot where there were more cars.
Jesse,
And then as
mile marker 60's been dead for 40 years.
I was legitimately trying to make that joke in the car and realized it wouldn't land.
It landed for
you.
For me.
In the future.
Just
so we
try
got
to back
there.
out when there's been enough time. Just try to back out.
Yeah, try it again. Keep doing jokes that suck.
Yep.
Evergreen joke. So we got there and the descent was steep. And then the only way to get to the pool that had some space in it was to go around like this pool full of shit boys to another pool full of shit boys that was like a little less full. And there was like, I thought it was somebody's dad, but it sounds like it was just somebody's like bad friend sitting out.
Yeah.
Who was like only talking to women when they would come by, very interested in what we were doing. And then we got, half naked and got in water with these people in the dark.
As per the ritual.
Yeah. The rocks were slick and there was sand in the bottom.
Okay.
And on our way in, a guy yelled white power.
Oh.
He did that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he did it on his way out as well. I just wanted to have that as like a bit of flavor.
There was a lot of flavor.
Yeah, honestly, that's all I think about when I think of hot springs, which I'm not interested in going to myself, but just it seems like even if it's just a bunch of normies sitting in a hot pool together, there's going to be flavor.
Just a big old pot of people soup.
Yeah, the only, I don't know, that at least the pool we were in had been constructed, so there was like a pipe of water flowing into it from the creek that it was adjacent to, so there was some water flow.
Okay.
But we were downstream in the water flow.
Yeah.
Of everyone.
So we were at the downest stream position.
The downest of every.
Did you watch the Nazi off when you got home?
Yes. I demanded it. That had to happen.
We're fast.
But
So
did someone pee in the pool, or did they pee into the pool?
Do you want to tell them about Tyler?
Yeah, well, this person we've been talking about is White Power Man. That his name is Tyler. He introduced himself later.
Hello, I'm Tyler.
I don't remember how that came about.
I have no idea.
I don't know what
I know
happened.
I said some dumb shit to people and dumb shit came back.
Anyway, through some means of conversation, I guess, we learned that his name was Tyler. I think it was because his friend was like, sorry, Tyler's not normally like this. And
I
they
think
were
Tyler
like,
is
yeah.
exactly
cool.
like this
Usually
all the time.
doesn't yell white power. Which they
That
didn't
barely
say.
ever happened.
They didn't say that was different. They
It's
just
in
said he's not
Tyler's
usually.
heart. It's in his heart, but he doesn't normally say it.
He's really rambunctious right now. He's not normally like this. He hasn't had his nap yet, so
Poor little baby.
Poor
Like,
Tyler.
usually he keeps the inside thoughts like inside.
hopefully.
now- Not only the thoughts, but like the piss and everything else is very much on the outside.
The piss
good.
also happened. So there was a spigot where you could turn up the cold water,
Mhm.
and it's like jammed into. It's got like a little metal fastener, and then it's jammed into a pipe, and then it's a large spigot. Tyler ripped it off.
Tyler!
And then pissed and was like, "I'm pissed."
Clank piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the night of his life.
Tyler doesn't remember that night.
Probably not.
Tyler was also rolling deep on nicotine.
Oh.
His mouth was full of nicotine pouches.
No.
Oh yeah, he informed
Wait,
us.
so his lower face just puffy with chew or something?
I didn't see.
He was probably too experienced for that.
All right.
Oh yeah,
You
But
have
speaking of flavor,
Yeah.
that's a Cha virgin thing to do.
Yeah.
a dip in.
Come on, what?
I would get into this.
Oh yeah, you're gonna dip into this? Yeah.
Oh,
Into the-
open up this nicotine pouch and dip into it. Anyway, what we were having while we were there was going to be beer and, well, Idaho beer and Snoop Dogg rosé.
Yes.
And it turned out the only way that beer was good was if we poured the rosé into it.
Hell yeah.
Just have a good time.
Snoop Dogg saved the night,
Yeah.
actually.
I feel like just taking stock of this entire story, I just didn't think all of these things would exist at the same time in the same place.
Tyler's a
This
real.
is about like 3 hours.
Yeah, this is so. I regret to inform you. There's been a plethora of decisions made on this trip.
I've seen some photos, and I'm just like, this all seems about right, and I knew that there'd be stories.
Yeah.
I think we've both agreed lots of times that it's a good thing Jesse's only here till the 15th because we would die.
Yeah.
Well, you see, Jesse hasn't been out of the house in over a year. Normally, Jesse tromps all around everywhere and has adventures, nighttime adventures and stuff.
Also, Jesse and I have an aura
Yes.
that brings
Strangeness.
it in.
Yeah.
Certain brand of people.
Strange.
Yeah, there is a level of enabling going on here. That's not healthy for anyone.
Well, that's true.
It's mutual enabling. It's fine.
I mean, that does make the adventures better, but also more insane. So.
Yeah. I mean, so Tyler ended up bumming a nicotine pouch off of me, and that's when he informed everyone that he had like 4 in his mouth already.
That seems fine. I don't actually know what it like. I can just guess.
Yeah, they're just little. They're just like this.
It's a bag.
Okay.
I think it's called Zins.
Yeah.
I always say it wrong. Zyn.
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 It looks like a skull package.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a nicotine patch you put in your mouth.
Yeah. Hashtag ad.
Yeah, hashtag ad.
Yeah,
Alright.
sponsored content.
Oh, there's ones that are cinnamon called Drift with a Y. Oh, Zin, right?
Drift.
Drift.
What are
Drift.
That's a good way
Yeah.
for me to remember
There's
that
some
it's
fucking-
Zin and
there's
not
some
Drive.
Yeah.
Drift
So
and not
the internet's
Drive.
oral peppermint?
the internet's telling me that there are flavors. Did you guys have flavors?
Oh, did I ever have?
It's just telling me that there's cinnamon and peppermint and shit. So did you guys have like blueberry nicotine pouches?
Smooth.
Smooth flavor is the flavor I've been going with. I was introduced to them on the citrus flavor,
Okay.
which was really good for about 15 minutes, and then I threw up for a very long time after that. And now I can't do it. So I don't know if people are into citrus, they might, but it's ruined for me forever.
No, and I'm not going to sell you down the river on this. I've had these as well. They are gross.
Which
at a certain
ones?
point. The citrus.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were saying all of them.
There's also pause.
Because that would be incorrect.
No, the smooth.
This whole thing. Wintergreen pouches, tobacco-free, fully loaded, full nicotine strength. Warning: this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. It's like it looks like it's an O'Doul's for Chaw, but it has full nicotine strength, so it's not an O'Doul's. I don't know what it is.
They have various strength, and that, I think what you're reading is not what we were imbibing.
These packages are giving me pomade vibes and Altoid vibes at the same time.
Yeah, it's basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a good instinct to go with.
I love my tobacco Altoids.
Yeah. The problem with actual like chewing tobacco is the spit.
Which is where
the person I've talked to you about one time she drank a whole bottle of her boyfriend's spit that he'd been putting in a whiskey bottle.
What?
Oh, that color.
What is wrong with these people? There's two egregious mistakes that happened to make that result.
Yeah. She threw up a bunch.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
She drank tobacco mucus.
Those are boyfriends.
That's never the point.
It's okay. This is the juice I've accepted.
I'm cool with this juice.
Are we married?
You gotta be at that point.
I think that's basically like a common law marriage situation.
I think so. I think so.
Speaking of things that make me want to die, so they have a big, like, artsy installation building in Boise now called Jump.
Oh, wait. I think, okay, so it's called Jump with an exclamation point at the end. And Jesse's had a lot of fun exploring Boise because we like to put exclamation points at the end of everything to show everyone how fun they are.
What's your library?
Library!
Nice. Nice. Dog park!
We're having fun.
It's
What
very
else?
weird.
Baby stroller!
There's like one other thing.
It was more mundane, but there was definitely another exclamation point.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I was excited to see the picture of the liquid district. That's what I liked.
Well, we're in the dairy district right now.
Okay.
Well, so which liquids?
Well, it's just a bunch of garbage cans with a sign pointed at that said the liquid district.
Yeah.
Was
I think it's important to note we were scared away from that location by dogs.
Yeah. So about a block's distance away from the inland sushi we got. In which, so they offered we got a sake-politan and what was yours?
The name was not as whimsical. It was just a sake mojito.
Okay, so
how hard is it to say sake-politan to the server without laughing?
Just rolls off
Yeah.
the tongue.
Yeah. It's like when you want the seafood scatter.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that dish?
The seafood.
Red's Nantucket seafood scatter.
That's exciting.
That was early on in Natalie and I knowing each other. That was ordered at a Red Robin, I believe.
Yep.
I need to do that.
Yeah.
Soon.
Well, do it over here when you visit, so that at least you know that the fish probably came from a place where fish live.
So speaking of the place where fish lives, they offered eel sushi, which we got, and it had an asterisk next to it. all the way down to the bottom, it says, "This is catfish."
Yes!
You know,
Yes!
I like catfish too.
You know what? That's actually not a terrible like swap out for eel because catfish also have a little bit of a funk on them.
Yeah, they're bottom feeders.
It's not a bad choice, really,
Also, what's the best sushi we had there?
Yeah. In a huge turn of events.
Yeah.
That was actually the best one.
It was probably the freshest.
Ever since you guys mentioned that you were going to landlocked sushi, I'm like, why don't places that are landlocked just make sushi out of like fucking trout and like, you know,
Yeah,
like just
Utah
stuff,
should only do
like
rainbow
stuff you
trout.
have around, like catfish and trout and like other fish.
Yeah,
perch.
brine trout.
Speaking of, we started this trip off with oysters, and we're gonna do it again, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, you like those high elevation desert oysters?
You want to feel like the ocean's spitting in your mouth from real far away.
Yeah. Turbo spin from the fucking ocean. Yeah, I'm such a fucking snobby Washingtonian.
You
like,
sure are.
I can't handle inland sushi. Like I said, if you're gonna make sushi out there, I would eat it if it was a lake or a river fish. But or strange pond fish,
Yeah.
like catfish.
That's what we were expecting going in.
Yeah,
But-
that would have been.
Do
I
not
like
drink
evil
the
with an
bucket
asterisk. Oh my god.
If you want to ask the question, does a hard alcohol can replace? Also, it's dry here.
To your credit, I feel like shit whenever I go to Utah. Like, instant feels like shit. Anyway.
Yeah, the sake does not replace hard alcohol at all.
No,
It is
no,
good
fun.
function.
It is there for the flavor and the experience of drinking sake, and it tastes good. The flavor.
Also, the mojito had no muddled leaves in it.
What?
No,
And
it was more of a, how to describe, more of a creme de menthe with a little bit of like lime syrup in it. situation.
No.
And the
You can't
sake
replace
portion
muddled-
was very clear.
You can't replace muddled mint with creme de menthe. That's not how anything works.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
She got
Perfect.
You literally didn't know what we were talking about. I'm like, babe,
No, I'm just
sake
saying.
mojito.
It
Ketchup.
sounds delicious.
It's probably fine. Was it fine?
No,
It was bad. It
Nothing
was-
Because it was mojito.
So the jump building has 7 floors. The 6th floor has, well, starting at like the 2nd floor, it has arrows that are like go up to the jump pad. And we kept going up, and there was some cool stuff there. There was a whole lot of tractors. There was the Nest, which was, it was like a little booth cart that you could sit in and play your own music.
Okay.
There were several displays of things, but at the top, there was just a huge slide that you could go down, and the stairs going up each thing was like switchback stairs, and they just had big open panels that were like the jump building.
Mhm.
And it was over an incredibly tall, incredibly complex jungle gym that looked like a death trap. And every time you'd get higher, you're just further up above this weird death trap with like a window that's like waist height.
It's
Okay.
low.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. There's no like enclosure there. So it really feels once you get up to like floor 6, floor 7, like they're saying maybe play some human Plinko.
Jump!
With this.
Yeah, jump.
The funnest place to commit suicide.
Oh, it's really funny now that it's called that.
And then the way down, we ran into 3 young women getting photographed by an old man. And what was being said?
Oh, so we walked by and I just caught a brief snippet of the conversation, which was, "You do naughty really well."
Ugh.
Well, there's a second half.
The security guard?
No, what?
Oh no! And then one of the models was like, that's why she's married or something like that. But
but yeah,
There's a lot going on.
there's a security guard who was watching them from a floor below wherever they
God
went.
damn it! Fucking upskirting. God damn it!
He was bored.
Jump, you shit.
the building, I guess. Yeah.
And then the bottom of the building is where motherhood comes in.
Oh.
Well, before we go into that,
Okay.
It was like the ground surrounding the weird playground, right?
Oh,
So we
yeah.
got to the bottom of the stairs when we were walking across this weird wire web playground,
Sure.
and immediately
It was
the
a Final
ground,
Destination playground.
it really was. The ground starts sinking as you step on it in such an unsettling way, and it was like supposed to be kind of a foam flooring, I guess, to make sure the kids don't die when they
When the kids plummet from the top of the staircase, they don't die too much.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. But also, it was extremely unpleasant.
Yeah.
It was still like the texture of the like pressed gravelly kind of stuff, but it was a solid sheet, and when you stepped on it, it just kind of like
No.
Just a slow sink.
like a really thick gym mat.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah, if you weren't expecting that sensation, that would be nauseating.
We both stepped onto it, looked at each other, and were like, "Is our lives are ending right now?
I'm having so many feelings.
Did we jump and we didn't know?"
I don't think we made it, Jesse.
And then outside, along with all of the sculptural works, which were very good, there was an interior section full of like crafts and stuff like that, and a
Mm-hmm.
bar and karaoke for families.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we walked back. I think I was trying to get a look at the karaoke.
There was some really good karaoke going. I think it was just like an open mic situation,
Mhm.
and there were a lot of kids there, but also a lot of adults. So I don't really know what was happening, but some kid hopped on the mic and was singing The Weeknd song.
Yeah.
And we were standing kind of in the back, just observing all this happen. And then this woman swiveled her chair and looked at me, and she was like, "Oh, is that your son?"
It's like a 12, 13, 14-year-old kid.
Hopefully not an age that I could have made happen.
You're like,
based
no,
on
I was wandering.
everything about me, but it was,
And that's how Madison experienced motherhood for the first time.
yeah.
Congratulations, I guess.
I've heard it's
And
very powerful.
It was through a white boy singing The Weeknd.
Yeah. Well,
The way we all hope it is.
you reap what you sow, Madison.
Exactly.
I guess if I'm going to reap anything, it's going to be that kid. Might
Yeah.
as well be.
There's plenty of places to toss that kid off of that building. I'm just saying. They're really easy.
Sir, we have a lot of car conversations that are not allowed.
That's
But
fine.
I'm just going to say what she just said does not make me feel like it's a one-time thing.
If it helps, none of it means anything.
So you say.
Super rules apply.
Okay. I will see the Subaru rules.
Reap that child, just saying.
What?
We got one more topic.
Can you said reap the child?
No, you cannot at all. Not even a
Oh
little
yeah, I
bit.
guess you can't.
No, you can't.
Oh no.
Did you hear the thing that came out of your mouth?
Yes, immediately as it spewed out of my mouth, I was like, oh.
It's in the phone.
I said so.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds worse.
Fucking Reaper algorithm shit.
It does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I've noticed sound worse when other people
Yeah.
say them.
Oh, like dog bang.
Yeah, like dog bang. So
Yeah, the shit underneath the video, all the suggestions are gonna be fucked this week.
Oh, they always are. That's one of my favorite games is to see what YouTube suggests
It's
off this video.
Extremely bizarre, but it's just gonna get worse now.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
Some people like culture.
That's I don't. That's culture.
I'm very tired from dealing with angry nerds today, so that's my excuse.
We're all tired here.
The world makes me tired.
So speaking of tired, we were going through.
These transitions are getting better.
Thank you. We were going through So apparently we're going to the desert.
Okay.
Before I head back.
Yeah.
I will have to fill people in on the diner if we can get there. That looks very promising. But in the plains where we were coming through, there was just a big, dusty tent town that had a giant tent at the end of it that said, like, the flea market. That had a gate just, like, thrown over the entrance. But there were, like, 5 or 6 open tents with varying degrees of, like, desperate plains folk selling their wares, which were mostly rocks, scarves, sunglasses,
tie-dye,
yeah, desert goods.
Oh, and singing bowls.
Singing bowls, yeah.
There were a lot of singing bowls.
Okay.
A lot of sage.
There was also a motorcycle that I think one of the owners had that had a bullet canister on one side.
Oh, that was a patron.
Oh, sorry, that was a patron.
How many Coco Pellies did you see?
I don't remember seeing any, actually. I don't think they're that advanced yet.
We did see flags.
You saw what flags?
Trump flags.
Troubling
flags. Okay.
We saw a variety of troubling flag materials.
Excellent. Yeah.
But we also, when we were in one tent, met Frog the dog. I should jump back for just a second. The one good guest at the hot springs, the dark hot springs, we could see the Big Dipper though. That was cool.
Cool.
There was a dog named. What was the dog's name?
The dog's name was Junkyard.
Okay.
Okay. He's a junkyard dog. Do you get it?
Very good.
And they said we could call it names like Cupcake and.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing fixes a really terrible, awkward situation like a dog. Just being there, you're like, oh, thank Christ.
I super enjoyed having the dogs around, especially Junkyard. And then the guy who, I guess, owned Junkyard?
Yeah, Tyler's friend.
Tyler's friend was like, oh, you can call him anything. He'll respond to anything. And then Jesse goes, come here, dump truck. And the guy got so offended that he called Junkyard dump truck. He was like, hey, don't call dog that.
I want to postulate that Tyler doesn't have any friends anymore.
That's probably not true.
I wouldn't go that far. They were not happy with him, but I don't think it was that strenuous.
They were putting up a lot of excuses for Tyler.
Oh, Tyler.
I mean, he's not usually like that, guys.
As he yells white power and stumbles off of a fucking... Didn't he stumble off the little bridge into the river and had to climb back up? Anyway, but Frog the dog in this dusty tent city was also good. It communicated solely by running up to people and barking furiously.
Yeah.
And then they threw a treat for it, and it could not find it.
Probably had a decent time trying to, though.
Yeah, it's having great. It's
also
it's a loud time.
Inside thing, but the people who ran that tent looked like Natalie and my old landlords, the cave trolls.
Oh, they were very nice, though.
Oh,
these people seem nice too.
They were nice.
Yeah.
Well.
Also, I discovered a type of person that is Boise, which is jean shorts, pink tank top, hair that is blown out, and hot dog skin. And we saw several of them at a gas station, and I was explaining this to Madison as we walked around the outside, and then we walked, as I was finishing, and hot dog skin, we turned the corner around the side, and there was literally the exact type of person I was talking about on their phone by their car, filling it up. So it's true.
Did they say someone just complimented me on my hot dog skin?
Oh, thank you.
I've been working on that.
As they blotted their juices.
How many of them had either busted flip-flops or clear plastic wedges?
They all had flip-flops, so
Yeah.
that the wedges didn't come into play.
There's a certain kind of person that is Tacoma, at least the part around where Shirley lives, and she was wearing really tall, clear plastic wedges with like sparkles embedded in them.
I'm a fan.
Just always think about those.
That's a look.
She was walking like she meant it too. So
Yeah,
hey.
that's powerful. Did a hairy football in your apartment just do that?
No.
Okay.
This seems like a tofu debacle.
Yeah, the tofu's done.
We were pressing tofu, and the pan that was on top just sort of.
Yeah, that means it's done.
That means it's done because we're through dealing with it.
Do you like my my mask face tan?
Ooh.
That is very good.
Oh,
That's actually, you could like create a really cool artificial contour that way. Just like cut some slits where you want cheekbones. Just like
Yeah.
and that, I think that doubles the effectiveness of the mask.
Yeah. Say it's all me.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you table a lot.
Out
when
of
you
doors.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
In the sun.
There's not a lot of mask wearing here, so my darkened skin has not done that.
Yeah, hopefully this will go away.
I spend time outside, like without a mask on these days. But if I go around lots of people, then I feel like, yeah, totally necessary.
I'm gonna show off my nails from earlier. Actually,
I was just noticing I like sat on mine and ruined a bunch.
I've got. Let's get those in the light a little bit. I got these monster eyes.
Yeah,
I like the monster eyes a lot.
And then these sort of modern Art Deco.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Filigree.
You did good.
I don't really want to show mine, but I guess I'll show mine.
It was kind of pure pressure to see if you would.
I know. I know.
Madison did the second hand.
It started off really good. I did like a kind of a cow print. I don't think the lighting is fading.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it turned into more of a giraffe print the longer I went. And then it turned into fully this, which as a collection sort of, thank you. That's really something. Yeah. Which as a collection kind of just screams, I'm a white woman and I love Africa, like as a concept.
Yes.
So it's unfortunate, and it's also probably the best, like skill-wise, the best manicure I've ever given myself.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
It's okay. People at the zoo are gonna love it.
Yeah, we're going to the zoo tomorrow, and everyone's gonna think it's on purpose. Like I got this done for the event of going to the zoo.
Excited to go to the zoo.
Yeah, you just start singing Africa, and that'll just cover it all right up.
Today, Madison went full floppy hat, white lady, for going out look. So
it was very white woman garb. It was like Abercrombie.
You said it was liberating.
It's liberating in a way that is very upsetting. Like you feel like you're not responsible for anything. It's very nice. So
yeah.
That's kind of what a floppy sun hat does to you. It's just like I'm not responsible for anyone or anything.
I had an old hat man not desperately, very friendly, but very quietly try to find me a big hat.
I saw some big hat evidence on your Instagram.
It was really good. He found some big hats.
It was less big. It's like a Stetson without all the wrinkles in it. It just was a very tall, strange hat.
Yeah.
Smooth, thick hat.
Have you seen that? Did you see
it? It was very smooth and thick. Yes, thank you.
See if it might have just been in your stories, but I can see.
I don't know. What's in my brain is better than anything that's going to be real.
That's probably true.
I'll probably hold on to that image.
I just want to see.
It's sort of utter, but Whoops.
No.
So we're running out of time because we've got a food thing,
Ah,
but I've got a story thing. So
you
I
sure
think we should move.
do, and
Yeah.
if it sucks,
So-
my fault. So
No, it's
Okay,
good. I promise.
So I know how to.
So this is going to be viscerally unpleasant, perhaps, because I usually do this from across a screen. So you're going to
Madison,
right
you should
here
back
for
up
this.
a little way.
Right in the action. Ugh.
And I was told to get my mouth wet, and it's not very wet, unfortunately.
Well, you're gonna have to compensate a lot
That'd be
for the
delicious.
dry.
These.
Oh, do you want to crack those open?
Yeah, I think this would help your mouth wetness.
It's just that
Good.
the subject matter is damp.
it is.
Okay, yeah, then I think you're gonna need one of these. We picked up some Hi-Chews
Ooh,
fruit combos.
hell yeah!
Yeah, so we have. Oh wait. Okay, so there's tropical smoothie and then there's pina colada. Would you like to be tropical smoothie or pina colada?
Pina colada.
Okay.
Sake colada me.
Sake colostomy.
We'll
Yeah.
get to that.
Yeah.
Sakolostomy. It's our new drink.
Oh,
It's
no.
cloudier than the cloudiest sake.
Mm.
Oh man.
I'm a bit buzzed and was called sir about 10 times today. So
Excellent. Excellent. Having a good one.
yeah.
I would rate this pretty okay in the Haichu world.
Excellent. All right. This is the mukbang portion for you.
Yeah, we forgot to do it at the
Well, you
beginning.
had your toast as well.
I
Yeah.
did. I horfuled it all up.
You sure did. Oh,
So
They might be older.
a little bit.
The gas station Hi-Chew.
Mm-hmm.
the best kind.
They're still good. Still fine.
Feel a little bit wetter. That's great.
Good. Yeah.
It's just that the man in question is
The man comes around.
he's got some moisture problems in his mouth. It seems like.
Okay.
Don't we all?
How does Alex Jones sound?
Oh, jeez.
Like he's gargled gravel. Oh wait, you didn't know it was about
Channel your 6 energy.
Oh, god damn it.
I get to explain this now.
Why don't you explain it?
Have either of you heard of the Enneagram personality test?
Yes, we had to do it in college.
maybe.
Sure.
Do I know about this?
So I
Yeah,
made Jesse
it's
take it again.
Yeah.
I made him take it again today because you took it a while ago, but you couldn't remember what he was. And
We did.
he's a
Okay.
type 6.
Uh-huh.
And scrolling through the description of the type 6 personality, it lists people who are also type 6.
Mm-hmm.
Our beloved Alex Jones,
Oh,
so a type 6. So I think you're the man for this job. Like you're
Yeah.
able to get in the headspace.
that's what the 6 is on his ankle. Jesse, don't
I
ever
love
tell
that.
me what. Ever have to tell me what it is? I just like speculating because it's funny.
Yeah, Kurt's an asshole.
Yeah.
Not only am I let's just say it's the amount. But
Yeah.
also like
It's a straight 6.
yeah, I think my ankle's got a straight 6. And unfortunately, there is a Subaru secret to it. So I'm gonna have to leave that behind.
That's fine. That's like I said. I don't need to know what it actually is
Yeah, he's just gonna
Ever.
keep saying it though.
because it's funny.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Anyway, so today we have the actual artists behind the stories. You can sit there in real time and listen to me debase myself. And you could be right next
I'm
to the
present
action.
for it.
So you're actually really doing this for both of us.
There's some things that I hope hurt you.
We always include a couple of things that are directly intended to hurt you.
I'll send this to you guys. Like,
Yes.
just needed to be documented. The pain in your eyes is palpable. Okay.
Okay. The Alex Jones goods.
Okay.
Part 1.
Mm.
Mhm.
Part 1.
I don't like that.
Oh yeah, this is a series, Madison.
Oh!
At the top, I'd like to say Natalie plugs Rent Control and Kiert plugs controlled rent. I think those are both good things.
Yeah.
This is titled Alex Jones's Manly Battle to Save His Soul and America Part 1, The Real Info War. Okay. Is Natalie coming back? I don't want.
No, Natalie, where'd you go? Oh. Stand by.
Okay. I feel like this has to be a full cast.
It does.
before we
It
go.
does. It's
Yes.
important.
I hear
Keep that mouth wet.
the sink, so soon.
Get some of that star juice.
Yeah, let me get the star juice. Keep my mouth
They want
wet.
you to be here for the proceedings.
Kurt, God.
Yeah.
I didn't want to ruin it for everybody.
Okay,
Kurt's just being Kurt.
go on.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't be nobody else.
So am I starting off as Alex Jones? Quote.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Hey, my man, you want to make some fine scratch? Alex Jones propositioned a black man on the street who was waiting for a cab. The man was in a crisp, tailored gray suit and a pair of expensive leather shoes. His leather laptop case was embroidered with his initials. And when he saw Alex, his inquisitive face fell. Yes, the man said, sounding like just the sight of the other man was exhausting. Hey, dog, what is good? Alex said, trying to be relatable and failing miserably. I don't want you to shine my shoes or wash my windshield or anything, all right? I want you to wait until I say, and then I want you to throw this coffee right at me. Maybe in the dick. That'll really work for the shot. Alex tried to hand the man an enormous Starbucks coffee, but the man just stared at him. Is it hot? No way, my main man. It's cold, like Ice Cube. This is just a stunt, you know, an act from my show. Oh, so you just want me to throw this on your crotch? This isn't some sort of setup? No way, man. No way. I'm good for it. Here's $10, Alex said, thrusting a bill at the computer engineer. Look, you needn't offer me pocket change. I'll throw coffee on you for free. Hooking a brother up, right? Alex. The effort making his whole face turn red and sweaty. His small eyes flashed unsettlingly. Hand me the coffee, the man said flatly. This was perfect, Alex thought. It would be 1,000 times more convincing now that he got a guy to do this that actually didn't like him. A black guy, even. It was going to be band.video gold. His listeners would eat this up like Brain Force Plus. His mouth swam with saliva at the thought of the killer web traffic once this went live. He wiped the wet corners of his mouth off on his sleeve. This might even get him back on Twitter. No one he couldn't take his eyes off the prize right now. Sorry, no, he couldn't take his eyes off the prize.
No, indeed.
Alex positioned himself outside his tank, Tyranny Crusher III at the ready. And when his loyal employee, Owen Schroyer, gave him the signal that they were broadcasting live on Owen's iPhone, Alex began screaming into the crowd through the megaphone. These globalists are trying to control every part of your life. They want you to bow down to these skinny, methed out Antifa, to the drag queens, to all the Chi-Com devils because it's liberal. They will never defeat God. The only cure for 1986 is 1776. I like the incorrect year. Alex never missed a branding opportunity. And then, right on cue, his hired help approached him and splashed cold coffee onto Alex's dick. Alex screamed at the man as he scurried into the gathered crowd. You devil, I see you, vile, broke-back, foul demon. I cast you down in the pit. Eventually, everyone on the street lost interest and milled away. But as usual, Alex was trapped in the momentum of his rant. He didn't even know what he was saying anymore, and a mist of bourbon-spiked spittle hung around him. Owen Schroyer waited. That was a huge part of his life. Waiting for Alex to stop or maybe have a stroke. Alex panted and sweated and grinned euphorically like an out-of-control coke addict. He had a bunch of coke earlier, but it was a rich lifestyle thing, not an addiction. He clapped Owen. Oh, sorry. He clapped Owen on the shoulder and cackled heartily. It was fake. Alex only fake laughed. Nice. Let's get out of here. Get something to drink. Aw, man, this show is going to be so powerful, Alex said breathlessly. He glowed with an unpleasant energy. Alex, I will never, ever hang out with you outside of work, Owen said, shrugging off Alex's puffy pink hand. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, so I'll see you later. Maybe I'll bring the brews to you. Little day drinking, right? Alex let out a few more barking chuckles.
I'm sad right now.
Owen had already started walking back to his car before Alex finished his last sentence, but Alex knew Owen wouldn't refuse a beer that was sitting in the break room fridge. Alex stopped by the 7-Eleven on the way back to the InfoWars studio for a variety of oily dried beef byproducts and a 6-pack of Budweisers.
Mm-hmm.
He felt important and cool, having parked a small weird tank-like military surplus vehicle at an odd angle in the 7-Eleven parking lot. The guy at the counter scowled at him as he approached the counter. You're obstructing the other customers' access to the fuel pumps, the attendant said mechanically as he rang up Alex's groceries. He just had to get through this last interaction, and then he could leave. Hey, that truck carried troops into battle. You don't like the troops? You don't like America or freedom? Where are you from? Al-Qaeda? I'm from Denver. Here's your items. Now get the thing out of here, the attendant said forcefully. Anti-human scum! Alex roared as he huffed and puffed back into the tank. He hauled himself up onto the front seat, fired up the battle tank, and headed back to the studio. An hour later, having drank all the beer and had a little bump, he didn't have a coke problem, he just needed to get through the show. Alex was behind the mic and on the air. Policy of Truth played loudly behind him. Mm-hmm. I played Policy of Truth for Madison. Mm-hmm. You won't believe what happened to me today, ladies and gentlemen. I have so many headlines to cover in this transmission. We also have a damning special report, and I will get to all your calls today. Let's roll that special report. Alex shoved a large piece of jerky in his mouth. He had forgotten to eat at any point earlier in the day. A corrupted death mask of Regal Dragon was frozen on the screen. Fuck, he thought. I'm sorry about that, he swallowed loudly. It's a live show, folks. I have a great crew. They try their best, but I think sometimes they should just quit. Or I should just quit. He says both.
Maybe both.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. Just up and quit. If we can't even have a pre-recorded video, I need to just throw in the towel. You are globalist, goddammit! Ah! Sorry, this is a family show. It's a little too close to
that. Was not like the whole script.
That happened the other day. Anyway.
I know.
The feed abruptly cuts to a commercial for ill-fitting jeans. I have to fix this, he thought in a panic. That video was all I had. I'm sorry again about the mix-up. Blue Monday roared behind him as the broadcast resumed. I had extremely powerful information to share with you about what is happening in these Democrat cities. Filmed earlier here in occupied Austin, Texas. I went to the front lines to tell the people what they were doing to us. Some sniveling little Antifa shill walked up to me and tried to silence our message, and he threw boiling hot coffee at me. And I could see the true devil in his eyes. You never get to rule. You think you'll live forever? They just hate life. That's what it is. Okay, keep it going, he thought. Once you expose these insects, they flee in terror. You just have to coldly crush them under your boot. No emotion, just a man's task. I made my stand. I had to get back here to give you this incredible exclusive. There was this beautiful woman that approached me. I'm a hot-blooded man. I may be in the process of a number of divorces, but that's the animal he's. A real man just draws God-made women to us. Where am I going with this? He quickly dismissed the thought. He had to fill time. She recognized me and thanked me for fighting for life. The America and for life and America and defeating the coffee devil. She was red hot and ready to go. I felt the urge sent from all of my ancestors, that irresistible drive to live and produce. If I were a bit younger, I would have had it right there, sweat-soaked, animalistic. I would have conquered her loins ruggedly in the true American spirit. That does sound really familiar. He thought,
My floors are so thin. Like I can hear every single word.
Nice.
sometimes it takes a second to find the truth. What really happened in your day? He nodded sagely. But I had to rush back to the studio. Owen's great and all, but he can't handle the main transmission for the studio. Wait, I was in a rush and had to get some supplies. I was in line at Kroger's, minding my own business, when the clerk looked at me dead in the eye and said, "We know you, Alex Jones." I said, "I am Alex Jones." His face contorted. Total evil. Total ninth dimension satanic influence. He said, "You will fall. We will have you under domination." I said back, "I cast you out, devil. You putrid little potbelly goblin. Just pure scum, ladies and gentlemen." I still had to get back to the studio. But the total bombshell walked up to me, drop dead beauty. She said, "That was brave what you did in there." I said, "I just did what a real red-blooded man does." I looked a little closer at her. She seemed off. I'd met women like her back when I was into the occult. You shouldn't believe the rumors about what's on my phone, by the way. That was just research. Her husky voice was so alluring, and I felt a stirring, hard as steel. This is how those witches turn your body against you, you inhuman Chi-Com Satanist. Even as I said it, I longed to plunge myself deep into... This is a family show. I love my wife. We're going to work this out. This is how they win. I wish that succubus were here now. I'd suck her. This is a family show. I love my kids. Abruptly, a commercial for Ultra Male Vitality started rolling. Double Patriot points. Continued in the next transmission. A fiend.
Oh.
Did you like that?
No. I was really upset at how good your Alex Jones is.
Sixes, baby.
I think it's like a really good marriage of like Natalie's super good dialogue, like she has a super good handle on how every one of these motherfuckers talks, and then Jesse's amazing performance.
Really good delivery. Yeah.
Good delivery, for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you okay now?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Fine.
Hey, how are you doing?
Do you feel like all the demons inside have been exorcised?
I feel
Almost.
something.
Experience the true Americana.
Yeah, I think I feel the true America bleeding through me.
Do you feel that red blood?
Red blood, Art Steel.
Like, I imagine this is how most of Alex Jones's days go, where he has like a day where he makes a fool out of himself, and then it becomes this like blossom of bullshit.
Yeah, it's the hot tub story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex Jones is his hot tub story or his fishing supply or boating supply story.
Yeah, or the hat.
Oh yeah. The story where he wears what becomes clear is a Nazi captain's hat.
Oh, right.
But it's Halloween, so people were getting
doesn't
upset
count.
over nothing.
Yeah.
Well, and then it was like, well, it's not even a Nazi hat. It's just a Navy Admiral's hat.
It's captain's hat.
Yeah, and then it's not even that. It was a baseball cap. So I don't know if he said that, but like.
Yeah, and the Muslim girls that ruined his boating experience.
Aw.
Yeah, some supposed teenage Muslim girls.
Oh.
They were in the boating store and you just couldn't handle it.
It was just
ruined the boating vibe.
Ruined
women and not even white ones.
Yeah.
Ruined Alex's day.
Just got really frustrated with headscarves and had to change the entire thing that happened, so it seemed better for the show.
He's a piece of shit.
Yes.
That's true. Alex Jones is a piece of shit.
We hate Alex Jones.
Look forward to more Alex Jones in the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we got that, and we got the Biden thread to keep going with. Yeah.
There could be a crossover.
We definitely need more of that. Always.
He's the funnest to write.
I'm sure.
Yeah, if you want to bounce between them some, I would love it.
Yeah, like there will be more of these, but they don't have to be in, an order. They're standalone, really.
Just a small sliver of their life at any time.
Yeah.
Forever.
Well,
That's
Well,
fine.
that first one wasn't even a sliver of Joe Biden's life. It was a sliver of that random character's life.
well, yeah, but Joe Biden channeled himself into his dreams.
Yes. Oh, he could be like a creepy.
Yeah,
like,
he's Freddy Krueger.
Dream master. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Joe Biden is the no man or whatever.
He's Poo Man.
He's the bye man.
He's the bye man.
I am the bye man.
The bye then.
Have you seen this movie?
Bye Biden. Yeah.
Madison, have you seen the Bye Man?
No.
What's
I have
great?
not.
Oh boy.
It's
You should watch it.
it's what if Slender Man and Smile Dog had a party in a stupid house.
Yeah, it's really, really bad.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, we've summoned the Bye Man on accident because we said his name or something and thought about him.
Don't think it, don't say it.
Yeah, don't think
Yeah,
it, don't
yeah,
say it.
Don't think it, don't say it. Isn't there also a train component?
Yes.
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 Okay.
The Bye Man, I think,
Yeah.
tells someone to kill themselves on a train.
Yeah. He's a train.
Oh,
guy.
Or tracks. Like, I think a train hits them.
I think there's like a dog. The dog is like has like railroad spikes in it or something too.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah, the
stupid.
dog is
Is Smile Dog.
just Smile Dog. The whole thing's a fucking meme.
It sucks.
Yeah.
The movie fucking sucks. But yeah, more Biden. He's incredibly fun to write.
I would love him astral projecting into people's dreams.
Oh, yeah.
That's hysterically funny.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Please
he's
do
been
that.
doing a lot of stuff lately that I am personally excited about. You know, he's the FDR of our age. He's pleasing leftists all over the place.
We are
Right?
pleased.
Aren't we so
That's
excited
The
about
main problem is that I feel too pleased all the time.
Oh yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's too good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't listen. I can't handle 2016 through 2020 and then have this good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to deal with all this good fun stuff?
Yeah.
Too good.
Yeah,
good.
he's too good at his job, and it's like upsetting me.
Hmm.
God, I
Ooh, actually, if I could put a request in, I think it would be really fun to hear from Joe Biden's dog at some
oh
point.
yes, Champion.
Yeah. Is that really the
Dog's
dog's
his
name?
champion?
Yeah,
Oh.
the one that bit everyone.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
it's named Champion.
They should have just named him like Winner or like
Yeah.
We're Number One.
Cool
The
dog.
dog.
I just want you to
Hold
know that I just mistyped it. His name is Joe Binden. So
Joe Binden.
Well, I'm Joe
Binden's dog champion. Also Joe Biden.
Oh, do you remember that time that he ran around naked chasing the dog?
What?
He got out of the shower and chased the dog around.
I did not know about this.
Yeah.
What for?
Oh, who knows?
We're doing the podcast wrong if we don't know about this.
Cover up your dick first and then chase the dog around.
It was an early story from when they were transitioning into the White House.
I love that he hadn't even gotten started yet, and he's like, "Oh, that dang dog!" It's like, "Put your dick away, Joe."
You know.
She's like,
Jill needs the basement soon.
when do we have a dog? And then
Shut up, fat.
Is what he told Jill when she tried to get him to stop.
Yeah. If you don't vote for me,
You vote for champion.
you're not black.
Yeah, you're not champion.
God damn it, you ain't black.
Ugh.
Anyway.
forgot about that.
He's
Ah.
the
there's
best
a lot.
president. Don't worry.
Worry.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
I can feel the vacation vibes clouding in.
Listen, you decided to do this before you got back.
Don't invite someone like me.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get too leftist, I think we have to cut off so we can get to our food thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alright.
we got some pickles. To...
Important.
Yeah, we gotta eat some fucking pickles.
That's too real.
If you don't take pictures of these fucking pickles, I'm gonna be upset.
Oh, we're gonna.
Yeah, we
Give
take
you treats.
What? Oh, the
We
story.
give you sweet treats with this story.
Gross.
So send us the pickles.
Gross.
All right. Well, we've got
That's funny.
McClunky and Bajabbers over here.
And Beyond Thoughts over here.
Yeah.
How are you guys gonna close out?
Oh boy, I don't know. This is my first and last time on the show, so thank you very much. They're gonna
Presumptuous.
Oh, we're done. Yes, that's our. We're done.
Yeah. I just say things that make Jesse viscerally upset.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
I will
That's
come
fine.
back whenever you guys.
that's most of what I do on this
Just make
thing.
him make that face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Mostly I just hear the sound.
Yeah.
The deflation.
Just God.
Just little wisps of your soul leaving your mouth.
Are there any more of these quotes I can come up with?
Quote.
Yeah, I got some. Everybody wants completion.
I mean, that's true.
Also, no one can steal any of these because these are song titles.
Yeah, copyright.
Oh,
What do you want me to
man.
do with that hand?
Wait, what was it?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do with that hand?
Oh.
That's perfect.
Good one.
I mean, yeah.
Can you say it? Can you say it on here? Or will we get demonetized?
Yeah, all that ad money.
Man.
I just want everybody to know that I'm a wife their mom up.
Yeah.
Gross. Anyway, no,
Yeah.
we'll pop back on whenever you guys want us on, and we'll keep writing stories. So,
Yeah.
Please.
That's what I'm talking about.
all right.
Excellent. Okay, I guess I push the button again now.
Yeah.